Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Diddy Kong Racing Part 2. Hey, I could actually do the proper intro now. I think it's going to take a minute for me to actually get into the swing of doing the proper intro for, I don't know, basically any situation, really. But I am doing my best, so you're going to have to bear with me. In the last episode, we started off by just, I guess, kind of getting used to things. You know, we got a couple balloons on the main Timblers Island hub world, and then we went into Dino Domain, did the main levels, and we fought our very first boss, Tricky. And as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, after completion of the boss in every area, you're gonna actually have to redo every single level and essentially get these silver coins. Now, the best way that I can describe these silver coins is think of them like having to get red coins in Mario 64, right? But you just have to get them within the 3-lap limitation, the 3-lap limitation of Diddy Kong Racing. And silver coins, I remember, used to be a lot more iffy for me. Now, growing up, I played the DS version of this game, and a little bit of a fun fact is that the DS version kind of changed the way silver coins work. In fact, they weren't even really silver coins. In place, it was this weird Taj minigame of sorts, and it was honestly a little strange. I never really understood it much, but it was a thing, it existed, and I did just definitely find it a little strange, to be honest. I think this format of simply, I was trying to see if I could get the pause buffer, but this format of simply just get the 7-8 silver coins from each level, and you're good format, I think is just a lot better. It's sometimes it can be a difficult format, but most of the time it is actually a pretty straightforward format, and there's not really a whole lot of complications with it, I feel, and it just, I don't know, makes sense. I don't know, it generally just kind of makes sense. I just wanted to say I'm recording this right after the last episode. As of the time I'm recording this, by the way, the Donkey Kong Jungle Beat Let's Play actually hasn't even fully concluded. I think we still have part 11. Yeah, we still have part 11 going up tomorrow. So I did end up, by the way, deciding that I don't think supercuts are going to be done immediately after. I don't think they're immediately going to be done after the end of each Let's Play. I think they're just going to kind of come whenever I feel they would be best suited to come out, personally. I just think that format might be a little easier for me, a little less redundant, because if you guys didn't notice, we actually have a completed playlist up on the channel at the moment of every episode, all 11 parts of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. And the plan is that we're going to have a playlist for every Let's Play. So as soon as the first part of Diddy Kong Racing goes up, there will be a playlist for Diddy Kong Racing as well. And I don't exactly know how long Diddy Kong Racing as a Let's Play is going to be. I imagine it's going to be a little bit similar length to Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. It might actually be a little shorter. I don't know. Again, I'm kind of formatting the Diddy Kong Let's go, that's kind of sick. I'm formatting the Diddy Kong Racing episodes to be just a hair shorter. I think there will be some moments where they're a little longer, but overall, I do think, for the most part, we're not going to be stretching that 30-minute mark like we did for Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. And this isn't because I don't like doing 30 minutes. I think it's just because simply the way this game's structured, I think parts would be better structured if we had shorter episodes for this game. And I just personally feel it would work a little better that way. Jungle Falls, by the way, I gotta say, just ahead of time, Jungle Falls, absolutely one of my favorite levels in this game. Probably my favorite in the Dino Domain. There's something you will notice, is that Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, sometimes it feels like, in terms of... That is a rough silver coin to get. In terms of actually communicating about Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, even though it means the world to me as a game, I feel like communicating every little bit, like I remember every pixel of it, is a lot harder than this game. This game, I remember, like, basically every nook and cranny, bro. Maybe some of the silver coin locations are a little rough, but overall, I remember this game very fondly. I will say, if you ever do plan to play this game, sick, got that. If you ever do plan to play this game, highly recommend playing the N64 version. Simply just because the DS version is fine. I think the DS version is serviceable to some degree, but I think it really... That was kind of sick. You know what? I'll cut it off there. Yeah, it's serviceable to a degree, right? I think that's a really good way to put it, but it's not necessarily the best experience you can get of Diddy Kong Racing. I genuinely do believe that the N64 experience for this game is far superior. You know, there's some unique stuff that is exclusive to the DS. There was actually a whole world's worth of, you know, like 3 or 4 tracks that are exclusive to the DS version. However, they are not in they're not in adventure mode directly. Adventure mode, for the record, is just the story mode we're running through right now. But they were if you ever wanted to go into just the regular play and just do some races on their own, you actually you literally had, I think, about 3 or 4 extra tracks that were a little more based around general Donkey Kong theme. And they were actually pretty cool levels. I genuinely think, because, you know, ROM hacking has somewhat made its rounds with Diddy Kong Racing. I mean, it's not all that in a bag of chips. I wanna clarify that. I need to figure out where this last silver coin is, by the way. It's this one. I figured it was this one, but I wasn't actually entirely too sure. But yeah, the DS exclusive tracks are good. I think they're good, but everything about Diddy Kong Racing, from the way that it handles on DS to, honestly, just some of the sheer mechanics they tried to kind of bake in, I just simply think it does not work. A little harder to do when I'm playing, honestly. And overall, it's just a little difficult. So, I don't know. I don't really feel as if it's the best representation, personally, of Diddy Kong Racing. And I do recommend that if you guys are going to play this game, I highly recommend playing the DS version. Highly recommend playing the DS version, personally. So, there's that aspect of it. We're going into, by the way, another boss fight. Now, if you're expecting, okay, if you're expecting some real big bad boss fight out of this, that's not really what you're getting. So, you have to go in and you have to fight Tricky a second time. This is going to be the case for every single world. Basically, the format is that you're going to go in and you're going to basically do, what is it? You're going to go in and you're going to do the initial races, followed up by doing the boss, and then after the boss, they'll tell you, hey, collect all the silver coins around my world, or something like that. And then you'll have to go and do that, and then you're going to be basically doing what is a slightly harder variation of the same boss fight that you had previously done. Maybe the AI is a little smarter. In the case of the Tricky fight here, there's actually a little bit of some hazards, such as some boulders. Hold on, my fingy hurty. But in the case of Tricky, there's a little more hazards that you have to deal with. And on top of this, the shortcut that is provided for you in the Tricky fight is actually, it contains off-road. Now, this does not mean that the shortcut is not worth it. It simply just means that you are more reliant on getting that boost. Never mind, now that I'm remembering now, you actually straight up just should not go for the shortcut this time. They straight up troll you, as if there is no booster. You would need, I think, to get a triple stack of the blue balloon in order to properly boost through that, which is another thing that I do want to actually discuss mechanics-wise about this game, is that balloons, when you get them in this game, say you get a red balloon, for instance, the missile one. You can then get another one, and it will actually give you a upgraded version of the missile. And it can stack up to 3, which 3 of that would give you 10 missiles. They're not homing, but the second tier is just 1 homing missile. So it's kind of the equivalent of the red shell. So, yeah. Hey, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. So, when you complete the second boss fight in every area, you earn what is called a piece of the magical amulet or a piece of the Whizpig amulet. Whizpigs are big bad, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. And from there, you're pretty much good in terms of the main levels. However, okay, big however, while you could technically say you're done, you're not actually done with the levels from here. There's a bit of some extra stuff that initially won't seem as important, but we will definitely go over it here in the next episode. That's going to do it for this episode of Diddy Kong Racing. Again, it kind of feels a little weirder having these shorter episodes of the series, but I do genuinely think they do fit the structure a little better in terms of just overall, like, what you're sort of going for when you do, when you do episodes of this game. So I think the shorter episodes are definitely going to fit the vibe here. Diddy Kong Racing is going to be one of the few games where the 15-minute rule isn't exactly applied. More of my goal is like, hey, as long as it's 10 minutes, we're kind of chilling. So I have no concerns. But yeah, very much enjoying this series so far. I think this is going to be a series where I can actually like record more than 2 episodes in a day if I really wanted, because the episodes are just a bit shorter. I'm not recording in these 30-minute long chunks, which then results in like an hour long worth of recording for the day, and it's, you know, it's a whole thing. But yeah, so that's going to do it for part 2 of Diddy Kong Racing. We did a good amount of stuff. We introduced ourselves to the silver coins, and we did the second variant of the tricky boss fight. And while we're technically done with Dino Domain, we're actually not, and we're going to cover the last little bits of some extra stuff that you have to do in the next episode. So tune in for that. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe maybe. I don't know. It's your life. Do what you want. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, guys!